Hey everyone, Bank of Bricks here. Today, I want to introduce you to a new series I'm going to be starting, LEGO Dream Theme. In this series, I'm going to be discussing and showcasing my ideas for some of my most wanted LEGO themes. These can be movies, TV shows, completely original ideas, or today's topic, video games. Let us discuss my LEGO Dream Theme, Fallout. Before we begin, I should introduce this game to those of you who may not be familiar with the series. In 1997, the first Fallout was released by Interplay. It was successful and got a sequel just a year later. The first games were isometric RPGs with turn-based combat, set in a post-apocalyptic, retro-futuristic American wasteland filled with mutants, raiders, and the Vaults, bunkers who a lucky few were able to escape to before the nuclear disaster. Unfortunately, in the mid-2000s, Interplay went bankrupt, but in 2007, Bethesda Studios acquired the Fallout IP. Under Bethesda, Fallout 3, New Vegas, 4, and 76 have been released, turning the series into first-person shooters while retaining the RPG mechanics, which definitely allowed a lot more people to get into the series. With our history lesson out of the way, let's look over the mainline games and see what potential sets we could hypothetically see, and beware spoilers for all the previously mentioned games. This video will be split into two separate parts. This first video will be covering the classic Fallout games released by Interplay, and my next video will cover the games released by Bethesda. Let us begin with the original Fallout. I can see our first set being the door to Vault 13. The giant gear-like door with the terminal to the side. This vault door has no actual movement function, but that allows me to make it more aesthetically pleasing. On the sides of this build would be some bluish, rocky landscape. I imagine this set would include a few of those dangerous rats that infest the cave that surrounds Vault 13. Before I continue to list the minifigures for this set, I must explain that Fallout doesn't have any fixed main characters. The character in each game is designed by the player, so LEGO could either choose to go with the default appearance for each figure, or perhaps include multiple parts in each set, so the builder can customize the figure to their liking. In this set, I could see the Vault Dweller with their armored vault suit, along with Vault 13 Overseer, Jacoran. Our next set would most likely be Shady Sands. I could see the set including a simple rocky building, a small farm patch, and a Brahmin pin. Brahmin are mutated two-headed cows. It would be cool if LEGO designed the Brahmin to be molded, but for the purposes of this video, I've made them brick-built, similar to the animals in LEGO's 3-in-1 sets. Figures for this set should be Aradesh, Tandy, Ian, a potential companion for the Vault Dweller himself, and a Great Khan Raider. A really cool set we could get would be the Necropolis, a large ghoul city. We could see it split into two sides, the above ground with a decimated structure, and the sewers below, where the peaceful, underground ghouls live. For figures, we could see Set, the leader of the above ground ghouls, the underground ghoul leader, a member of the Children of the Cathedral, Harry, the super mutant, and a glowing one, which are heavily irradiated ghouls, who glow a brilliant green. Now, let me get into my process for designing the Super Mutant. LEGO would most likely create a whole brand new mold, as Super Mutants don't really fit into the size of the standard LEGO Big Fig, and they're too big to be minifigures, so a design somewhere in the middle would have to be created. For the purposes of this video, I've created them brick-built. I think my design does justice to the original Super Mutants, and is the closest I could get to their in-game appearance. Next up, a cool set to get would be the Lost Hills Bunker, home to the Brotherhood of Steel. We could see the exterior of the bunker, along with the surrounding fence. The Brotherhood are anti-mutant technology hoarders, and often don power armor, iconic to the Fallout series. It would be amazing to see LEGO create whole new molds for the armor, and especially the helmets of the power armor. Figures in this set should be Headscribe Vree, High Elder John Maxon, and Head Paladin Rhombus. Next up would be the Mariposa military base, the birthplace of the super mutants, humans who are exposed to the Forced Evolutionary Virus, or FEV, and become hulking monsters at the cost of their intelligence. This set would have 2 giant vats of FEV, along with a raised walking platform in the middle, and a giant arm used for dipping. Figures in this set would be the Vault Dweller, now in power armor, 2 Super Mutant Guards, and the secondary antagonist of the game, the Super Mutant Lieutenant. The final set for Fallout 1 would be the massive and glorious Cathedral, the base of the main antagonist of Fallout, the Master. The design of this set would be really cool, with the church exterior and the vault basement interior where the Master lies in wait. This set would be very similar to the Vader's Castle set, with the back of the set having the interior of the building. The very top floor would house the bedroom chambers, with some bookcases, beds, and chests. The middle section of the cathedral would house a study, the power section of the cathedral, and the main floor of sorts, with a speaking platform, banners of the children of the cathedral, and 2 screens meant to further indoctrinate the members of the children. The bottom floor would house the most interesting part of the set. First off, with the enclosed prison for the Psychers, then a barracks for the super mutants, and finally the Master's lair with his vault sentry covered in flesh. Figures in this set would be Father Morpheus, leader of the Children of the Cathedral, Vicious, the super mutant commander of the Nightkin, a member of the Children of the Cathedral, Laura, Wiggum, the Psyker, 2 Nightkin, who in Fallout 1 are invisible super mutants, and finally, I've saved the best for last, as he is truly special, and my favorite boss in all of the Fallout games, known simply as the Master, a cybernetically enhanced FEV mutant with psychic powers. This thing is part flesh, part computer, and speaks with several voices. The design for him would be really cool, as he's stuck to the Vault's Overseer platform. I'm not even sure if he could really even be classified as a figure. I'm unsure of how LEGO would deal with the Master, being that they'd include him in a set at all. The first Fallout has a lot of great potential for sets, but it's time for us to continue on to Fallout 2. The first set of Fallout 2 would be the village of Arroyo. This set would be split into 3 different sections: a tent area for the Elder, the stone head of the Vault Dweller, and a wooded area representing the hunting grounds. Figures in this set would be the Elder, Fergus, and a gecko. Our next set would be the massive and intimidating Temple of Trials. The scale of this set is really intimidating. In-game, it functions as the tutorial. This set would mainly be the exterior, along with the small platform holding the Vault Dweller's Vault 13 suit. The figures in this set would be the Chosen One, Hakunin, and Clint. The next set would be Broken Hills, a mining town with mutants, ghouls, and humans all living together. This set should include the mine entrance, jail, tavern, and a farm plot with Seymour, the intelligent plant. Figures in this set would be Marcus, the super mutant and companion of the Chosen One, Frank the prisoner, Typhon, the glowing one and son of Set, Francis, the super mutant, and Jacob, the chemist. Now we have Reno, the biggest little city in the world. I see this location getting split up into 2 sets. The first set would be the Chop Shop, where we would finally see the Highwaymen, the Chosen One's vehicle in Fallout 2. This set would have a mechanic bay, lockers, and a tool chest. Figures would be the Chosen One, now clad in leather armor, and T-Ray, a chop shop mechanic. New Reno's second set would have to be the Desperado Casino, arguably the most recognizable building in all of New Reno. The interior could have slot machines, a pool table, and other gambling games. The upstairs would have Big Jesus' room, a terminal, and a waiting area. This set should have Big Jesus, head of the Mordino crime family, his son, Little Jesus, Pretty Boy Lloyd, and Myron. Our final set for Fallout 2 would be the Enclave's oil rig. The Enclave are remnants of the US government and plan to wipe out all mutated life in the wasteland, including the surviving humans. The Chosen One's goal to stop them in Fallout 2 leads them to the oil rig. This set would be split into an upper section and a lower section. The waiting room, with the President's secretary, President Dick Richardson's office with a world map, and his desk, along with a recording section and a platform, scientist Tom Murray's office, and of course, the lower section of the oil rig, which then turns into the arena for the Chosen One's final battle with Frank Horrigan. The arena would have turrets, much like in the game, and of course in the middle, the man himself, a Secret Service agent infected by FEV and stuck in a modified suit of the Enclave's power armor. Frank Horrigan stands at an intimidating 12 feet tall and would be amazing to see in LEGO form. Here's my design for him, using Big Fig arms on a brick-built body. The other figures in this set would include scientist Tom Murray, the President's Secretary, and the President himself, Dick Richardson. Fallout 2 has many areas that I left out, so let me know what your ideas for those locations would be. I hope you enjoyed this video. As I said, there's going to be a part 2 covering Bethesda's Fallouts. It takes quite a bit of time to build and render these sets, but I'm going to try my best to get the next video out in a quicker fashion than this one, as I've gotten a lot better at the studio program. Let me know your ideas for Fallout sets, or more ideas for videos in the Dream Theme series. If you like this video, leave a like, and if you want to see more LEGO content in the future, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much for 600 subscribers. I'll see you in my next video.